Hello. So this is a card from Mr. David Elhawa, Code Administrative Officer for the Department of Planning and Code Administration. Code Administration Officer for the city of Gaithersburg. This is one of the places he comes to. This is Miss Gonzalez's card. She's a leasing consultant for Wingate. And this is one of the air intake ducts that's supposed to be finished leading to the AC. So what we have here is nice fluffy white powder leading back to the AC duct. Back there is more filth and white powder, unfinished drywall, just stuff hanging around that whoever they hired to do the work in here left. This blows throughout the entire house, and we've been living like this for 27 months. This thick coating of nice fluffy white drywall powder in an elderly residence. Who knows how many other elderly residents are breathing this in. This used to be my partner's room. This is a window where next door they have chairs right outside the window in a non-smoking building where they smoke. And it poured right in here. She almost died, my partner, from anemia and colitis. Had to be moved off property because of the fact that she almost died. So Wingate thinks it's okay to sell property to people where that stuff blows through here. It recirculates, it gets back into our lungs and causes death and destruction. After 27 months of this, I have respiratory problems, find it hard to breathe. Gonna have to get up in there. I just discovered it when I changed the filter myself. And their quote-unquote maintenance men were changing that filter on a monthly basis for over 26 months, and it got so black that you can see stuff flying through the air. It got so black that I had to end up changing it myself, and that's when I discovered that real nice fat coat of white powder all over the floor with the rust and the other stuff floating around in there. And you could see it. It's like snow in front of the phone camera lens. And people think it's all right to do this to the elderly. This is a 65-year-old plus facility, and this is what they choose to do to us, to the point of where people are dying. My partner had to be ambulanced to the hospital where she almost died because of the dragons that live next door who smoke drugs, burn incense, and sit outside her window. We couldn't use the windows, open the door, nothing for the 24 months, 23 months that she was here. and at least 3 managerial staff contingencies floated through here. And the new one, Ms. Gonzalez says, oh, nobody smokes drugs. When I went to report this and called a new victim in the office to sell them one of these residences, and chided me for mentioning it when I asked to meet with her and to tell her about the problems concerning this place, and was basically called a liar. Nobody smokes drugs. Then that changed to, oh, well, marijuana has been legalized, but you're not supposed to be smoking it here. I'll send them another note. And another note is not unlike the notes that they've been getting for 26 months that they haven't complied to and still smoke. So that juxtaposed the filth floating around in here that we breathe in has destroyed the respiratory system of my partner. They had to move out, so I am charged for this place where it took both of our incomes to support. I now do it for myself because I have no place to move into yet, and have to play catch up because I'm in arrears on the rent. So this is what Wingate does to its customers. It puts them in a drywall, snow living environment with filth blowing through the air. There's no enforcement protocol for people who do smoke on property. They're just given notes to the point of where they assault you every time you leave your residence and spew venom at you because of the fact that you reported them for violating the leasing agreement, which says that this is a no smoking building. And when you try to have meetings with the resident manager or their office staff, they fabricate and tell you they're going to do something about things they never do anything about, and end up leaving you to your own devices once they no longer can manage, and leave to the insertion of a new administration. And the last manager that was here before the one we have now, they left after 6 months. And we were supposed to be moved out of this dustbin quite some time ago, and that didn't manifest because nobody stayed here long enough to see their promises through. So now we have the city of Gaithersburg involved, who's been involved for quite some time. Methinks that something's going on behind the scenes because these residences are given the stamp of approval and people are allowed to move into places like this and breathe in soot, ash, and drywall dust until they can't breathe anymore. And you end up with fans like this with white dust all over them. And your lungs look like this too.